Alright, guys. We just got dropped off by the magistrate in New York County, and so I'm about to look on Google Maps and verify. I have an inkling. The Holy Spirit is such a nice lady. That's a revelation of the highest order. Insect for sure. Not a small one either, like something you step on. Something you're in the mercy of constantly. Some divine interpolation of the entire galaxy with consciousness from all the star systems of all combined. Whoa, say I. And it's Gemini and Chinese. Yeah, that's it, real quick. We love the magistrate in this family. She's such a nice lady. Yeah. It's a chromosome thing. Yeah, I'm talking about the 14 generations. I am the chosen one. Well, the chosen one is the one saying that, so I'm no bloke. I am no longer the chosen one. Just in time. I don't know who Jesus you are. And actually, it's English. And California's happy. Well, I'm good. That's what I'm California. Oh, no, I live in California. If you had this up. I love you, light from heaven. Your words are, I'm sure that goes on forever. I'm certain it does. Just that one moment right there. Security. You're an eavesdrop on the scene, and this is the middle of Peacetown, fucking nowhere. 20 satellites and 10 satellites. Don't worry, Miley, you're fine. Alright. God bless you. Wasp upon you. That's one of my favorites. You gotta put some emotion into it. Alright, actually, let's check the Google Maps real quick. Let's get verification. No, I'm sure it's recorded. Let's see. You're trying to... Do you have a Maps app? Oh, I have downloaded Maps? Ooh, let's look at our offline... No. No, I just want to see what they do, actually. Interesting, you have to like an app for it or something. Alright. And then, whoa, look at this. You got so many photos, dude. Let's see. On our way to open up the Maps. No, we want Google Maps. Hang on, guys. Google Maps. Make sure location is on. It's on precise. It's on Google Chrome. You go Google Maps. And guess what? We're in Texas. I can already tell. Okay, that's obviously... We're in Commerce, like she said, you know. Which is... Mind blown. This is hilarious, guys. I'm laughing my fucking ass off. No later time, man. We could do a straight home to the monsters, but we're not going to go to Mission by Mercy. It's hilarious. Look, listening to the Holy Spirit, going with her, is always the right decision because she's such a caring mother. She's like a Catholic nun in a church. Just in order to hang out with you, actually. She can't hang out with fools. So, I'm sorry. Where's your target? Set a target destination, buddy. You know you ain't going straight to the mission. Where are you going right now? Obviously you're going to McDonald's. You just sat down. You got 2 catches on the ground, and they're both the super specialty dash ones. Of the whole high universe, every single insect especially insects. Actually, hey, I'm watching you guys. You stop. Oh, did you eat? Oh my God, you wise ants. Ladies on the route, should we switch it? It's with you. That makes up for somehow your blasphemy. All right, guys. Totally. Whoa, I love you, the Holy Spirit. You're so. Okay, let's see. We're going. We'll set a target desktop. You gotta. It's like you want to go to the shelter. You could go to. I don't even know where I am. I thought Converse is College Station. I thought we were going to College Station. We were. You're an asshole. I see you. Okay. Okay. What's next? Saints Peter and Paul Catholic Church. I mean, you could have said that as a desto. Do you want to go home? It was the first recommendation. You know. I would say you go with the first reco. Set that as your target desto. Get your bearings and then head out. Are you ready? And I know Elra. How do you select your time? Maybe you can just have 5 minutes. Let's try. Let's go with the first recommendation. It's already filled in. Good. Okay, you're supposed to meander over to St. Peter Paul for some reason. Oh my gosh. How many on earth times can this guy not use a laptop? Alright, where are you? Oh my gosh. This is hilarious, guys. I'm all the way in San Antonio. That's even worse than College Station. College Station was good memories. I'm just kidding. Am I near the Oblate? Maybe we should go to the Oblate instead. Now that sounds like a pilgrimage. Father John Mary Foster, would you honor that? Go to the Oblate, you rampageous fool, claimer of the Marian priesthood, and then go all the way to the Mission of Divine Mercy, and then start to set that as your target desto. Okay. How far are we from the Oblate? Let's see. Just go there and ask for a blessing. It's better if nobody's outside. It takes you 6 hours to walk to the Oblate. I'm willing to do it. I'm the Antichrist. You know, you want to go to Mass. I say we go the opposite way. Like, what are you doing, man? Just go to the Mission of Divine Mercy. Who cares? Oh no. Now I have to go to the Oblate. Alright, yeah, I think that's a good target desto, honestly. I think that's the most romantic thing I've ever heard. Walk all the way to San Antonio, ask somebody for a phone to call your mother. It's freaking out. I say that's what we do, actually. I like that. So let's just get your bearings here. Oh my gosh. And stop at some sort of a gas station and go to the bathroom and ask them if you can wipe yourself down with soap because you're a homeless guy. It smells like an Irish blood. Yeah, since it's your will, Lord, for me to go to the Oblate in San Antonio, it's only a 6-hour walk. I mean, you do that all the time. That's like your walk to church, dude. And you're going to the Oblate School of Theology. You better be happy, dude. This is without a phone, too. You got to go southbound, dude. You got to go south and westbound. You're out here in the middle of the fucking nowhere, Converse, Texas. Okay. So in order to go to Mass for Father John Mary Foster, we're going to go the opposite way. Yay. And it's exactly the opposite of the Mission of Divine Mercy. I'd like to mention that. Yeah. It's exactly the opposite of the Mission of Divine Mercy. It is sincerely the opposite. Look at that. That's so funny. You trying to go to a target desto, man? It's the south side of Canyon Lake. It's just like, what's wrong? Don't tell me that actually goes straight to it. Alright guys, now I feel the Lord leading me to go to the Oblate and northern reaches of San Antonio, which is like a 6-hour walk. It's not that far. And so in order to go to the Mission of Divine Mercy, we're going that far. It's just that I want to be a Marian priest, and that's a school of theology. I think what I'm going to do, and this is the picture I have in my mind, is I want to make it all the way to the Marian School of Theology, the Oblate in northern San Antonio, and just ask for a blessing when no one's there, and just run away. Try to run away into the loving arms of the FBI. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the Catholic priesthood is the FBI to me, actually. FBI is super cool and sexy sounding, like there's some action drama going on, which there has been for a long time, but to me, actually, they're synonymous, and it's actually kind of the opposite. You know, I understand the FBI has a lot of intervention in all the domestic security, and you can reward it to the FBI, it's fine. That placard, that plate, international, and they cause trouble. But domestically, you know, they're peace and security. And to me, you know, I've honestly believed that for over a decade. It's a sincere belief. I know we joke about it all the time. You know, I joke about FBI, and I'm guilty of even joking about the Catholic priesthood in a certain way. But it ain't no joke. It's the farthest thing from it. I can feel the heat of helium over me right now. But I just want you to know that, yeah, like literally, you know, the FBI is as synonymous to the Catholic priesthood to me as a palm leaf and a palm tree. Not even. A palm tree and another palm tree. Actually. You know, I understand one is sexy and the other one is like, hey, let's all get together and eat food and eat spaghetti, you know. Seriously. You know, it's funny. There's a Catholic priesthood joke for you. Hey, let's all get together and eat spaghetti. I just shot your brains out because I'm FBI, you know. That's funny, right? But, yeah, for over 14 years, I've had, like, a certain knowledge, you know, something that I've held to be divinely and ultimately true that some FBI agents may even have disagreed with in the past. And what is he talking about? That he thinks that FBI is the entire Catholic priesthood? You mean the Order of Melchizedek? Yes, exactly. And I have no more comment on the matter. In order to ensure my sincerity of it, you know, it's just an honest confession. There's some priest out there, hopefully some intercessor for it. Alright, you know, let me cut this off real quick. This is how I tie my shoes. I love my mother. I love my mother. Love you. Yeah, I love her. And I get it fix it, just like I was talking about. Damn. You try and spin on it and get some water or something. Put your finger down on it. If it's a woman, what is that, a girl tummy? No, it's going to be, no. Oh no, he's a woman cop. But he's got good genitals and whatnot. Good thing he shaved. Save the day. That's YouTube worthy. I read the terms of service. No, we inspire no homosexuality. It's comedy, yeah, good thing we rechanneled the YouTube channel. It's comedy, so we just talk about whatever we want. Anything goes, yay. If I was entertainment or video games for kids, though, it wouldn't. That'd be against me. Because you have to use reasonability, yeah. And accommodating and evolve variables. Yeah. It actually uses that term. It goes on forever. Yeah, that's what you get for just intending to read the terms of service. I'm going to read the whole thing. The Holy Spirit reads it all for you. Everybody has a photographic memory. I know, so. Alright, guys. In New York, still. And I'm going to sleep here on the ground. I'm in the middle of Nowhereville. This is a residential area. I should probably keep it down. Yeah, it seems super residential right now. This ain't no industrial complex now. Even though I'm at one, actually. I'm actually in the middle of an industrial complex because they're building a highway right here. And I just felt an FBI agent, you know, Lord and Lady telling me I should sleep here. And it was an FBI agent who's identified. I'm not going to mention you. And I think that this is the best thing for me. Even though it's kind of weird because I just set my target destination and I was willing to walk for 6 hours just now. But I just walked for 5 minutes. I changed my mind. So, get out of town, guys. It's going to be a good night. I'm just checking in with you. I'm happy inside. Alright, guys. I'm addicted. Yay. This is my last. I'm not going to show my face. No. This is just because that's not the intent. I just wanted to I love you guys so much. I just wanted to give one last sign off. I know I have a big audience. And even if Earth doesn't watch me, I know the Kingdom of Heaven is always watching because they're obsessed with me. And likewise, I with them. So, amen. I'm so lazy. Alright, take a photo. What's up, guys? Good morning. I just woke up here in New York. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm tired. And that's clear. And I drank Everclear. And Daisy Ray pancakes is crazy as balls. You can't hang with the Queen of England. No, that's for sure. It's like I'm hungover, actually. I appear hungover. I feel hungover. It's okay. Hey guys, I'm just sitting here with Father John Mary Foster in my heart. I just trying to make it to his church. I just ate a bunch of cayenne pepper salt. That's why I'm talking like that. And my mouth is burning. So. Alright guys. I'm in a little bit of an emergency scenario. It is almost 100 degrees outside and it's in the middle of Texas. This homeless thing has been going on for a long time, but we just survived the winter. We're just cloaks from Texas. Yeah, Walmart. Don't even say it. They know it's from Walmart. Guys, I'm so tired right now. I'm not trying to brag, but I've figuratively exerted myself over the course of my lifetime more than your ordinary guy. I'm actually at the point where I'm thinking I might need knee surgery. I thought I would be the last person that would say that. I thought I was invulnerable, and I know I am. And I know God wants me to go through certain somethings. But I got knee surgery last night with Carrie Fisher. Yeah, that's right, I'm good. I'm just healing. Oh, I forgot. I just had knee surgery last night with Carrie Fisher. So much happening so fast, guys. You see my life all the time on the HDTV. But, yeah, I'm just trying to do a quick YouTube video real quick, so let me get it together. You know, Fit has, 97 million resources, and he has also the amount of atoms in the whole universe. Yay. But, yeah, it's inordinately hot out. I can't even walk outside. I'll pass out on the ground. Not only that, but my knees are so wrecked, I can barely walk. Also, I am so tired. The soles of my feet and my legs and my calves and all this stuff. The body, like your leg is divided into, I guess, 3 parts, right? Your wrist of your leg, and then you got your knee, and then you got kind of like the pelvic area, right, where it rotates. Everything below my knee and between the wrist part of it is actually all 3 sections are doing really poor. And then my thigh muscles, the top section of your leg, especially on the right, is better than the other 2. The soles of my feet, I believe, are the worst. Even though I've been doing foot care and stuff like that. Why'd you say that like a gay guy? I don't know. I love you guys and I'm gay. I'm happy. Is that ever gonna get old? Right now we're going to the Oblate in San Antonio. I'm trying to go to Walmart Supercenter to buy it, since I'm a eunuch, as you all know. That I don't talk about all the time, though. I suppose it's a small percentage of my videos or time that I actually talk about that. I do need needles, guys. So we're going all the way. Alright, guys, we got 35 minutes left. Just barely avoided filming a woman against her will, I'm sure. But, YouTube and vlogs, my hair look pretty. Yeah. Yes, queen. Just said yes, girl. So I'm on my way to the Oblate right now, which is a Catholic theology school in downtown San Antonio, and I'm interested in just visiting. It's a spiritual communion. I'm not going there for official schooling or anything, as you all know, I'm sure. I haven't signed up for classes or coursework or even really gone to their website much. I did visit it a long time ago. My friend mentioned it, and so I've always wanted to go there. It's some monument in San Antonio. It's a Catholic priesthood thing, and I'm excited to go. It's about a 5-hour walk from here, and so I suppose I walked for an hour, westbound toward it, and right now I'm headed towards the McDonald's, and here's a beautiful shot of the moon in the sky, guys. I love you, and I'm certainly high. What's up, guys? I just did my hair, just trying to look Keanu Reeves nice for you, and I really care about looking nice, and I particularly like Keanu Reeves. I think that's personally every college girl that loves Dr. Pepper's preference, and all the college girls that don't love Dr. Pepper's preference, no, they like Johnny Depp, that's right. I would think, actually, in this light, everybody loves college girls that love Dr. Pepper, and especially guys that dress up like Keanu Reeves. I think it's important for society and for men individually to be able to perform the duty of dressing up and putting makeup on in order to look like Keanu Reeves. Alright, guys, we're filming a 120 4K FPS at high bit rate settings, and I just did that, little Johnny Depp video. I don't know, I guess it was just some comedian stuff, trying to wrap in every sense and framation of the mind. 8 months, and I feel left behind. Yeah, that's the name of that movie. I've been working on that for what seems like 8 months too, or 33 times 33 eternities too. That's true. So yeah, if it became Dr. Seuss, and ever since raping babies and becoming pedophiles has decided to destroy the whole human race, and there's nothing that rhymes with rapey babies. It's like, rapey babies rhymes with raping babies. Oh my gosh, what are we even talking about here? It's comedy, guys. If you're not laughing, you're throwing up, you want to talk about something else? Let's get it fit into the Catholic priesthood for sure. Based on that precedent, all those sentences there. There's no other job career that I want to be in besides the Catholic priesthood. It all seems like a complete a set of vanity to me. I can understand being a lay person and God wanting me to be a lay person. If that was the case, then I would just join a religious order and join monasticism. And then I would maybe here's a monastic monk coming right here. You never know. Harrison's here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put it on YouTube, so I have to look for it too. But thanks for your service. Sure. Drugs and cocaine and heroin and can you imagine being in a war scenario, like your best friend's dying, you got drugs and you got weapons, and he gets shot in the shoulder, and then you killed Charlie, so all the Vietnamese are dead, but your buddy took one in the head and in the shoulder, and you're watching him lay there, they're bleeding, dying, and you're busting out your drug kit to give him heroin as he's dying, or fentanyl, because they had it back then, and other things too. The big thing they use is morphine, because morphine feels really good. And it's super strong heroin, and it's the perfect dose too. Morphine is very addictive. I'm sorry, I don't mean to teach you guys about things that are ultraly addictive. Mostly when somebody says something is addictive, they're like, oh, let's go there. But yeah, your buddy's shot, and then he's laying with his shoulder blown off, and then he got shot in the head, but he's still alive because he's got a helmet on. And you're trying to give him drugs as he goes off into the sun. You're praying over him. You're shooting at enemies while it's happening. And then you save his life basically by making sure he dies without not having Jesus' mercy. Make sure you either shoot him in the head or give him the drugs until he's dead. So that's crazy. I mean, think about what the choice and decision you have to make there. You need to automatically respond. You don't have any time to analyze, and just automatically you're a monkey caught in a war, and you just have no free will, really. You just have to react to every situation in front of you. It's all reaction. Oh my gosh, and you're defending the line while your buddy's trying to, take the line and heroin and go off into the heaven sky, and you're praying Catholic prayers over him as you're shooting people in the head, and then you're thinking about shooting yourself in the head and your best friend in the head, and all this stuff all at the same time. That is very chaotic. A lot of people may not even think about that. That's true heroin. That's the guy that just walked by me, and I'm not even on heroin. Oh wait, no, I am. He's a true medic. There you go. I believe I will go into war in my life, and when I do, which I prophesy by the power of the Holy Spirit, all capitals, that is true. I wish to be a medic and not take blood. I can understand having to choke somebody out if I'm defending my life or something, But I would think that I would get so along with both sides of the war. What I want to do is I want to be an arbitrary, like a Greenpeace person. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on YouTube. Excuse me. Hi, Maria. Get your door too. Yeah, so I prophesy that I will indeed end up going to war. And what I want to try and do is just be a war hero. You know, to me, the way that God has revealed my life to me is that everything is te deum, right? God wills it. So, you know, I want to be a war hero, and I also want to prove that, to everybody around me and everybody else that I can do it. And not only that, but I want to prove how bad war is and how powerful the side of peace is that just heals people. I want to be a drug administrator. Like, I want to be a medic that goes and, like, you know, pours talc powder on people's wounds, and gets them ready for the fight for the next day and repairs their body and machine. And I literally want to wear a Greenpeace outfit, and I either want to go to whatever demographic is wearing me at the time. The Holy War battle, yeah, the Russian war is none of my business, but the Holy War in Israel is. And I'm friends with both sides deeply. You know, the Jews hate me and the Muslims love me. So I've decided to make the Jews pay for the drugs. You know, that's really what I want to do. But I would rather not do that, and then just watch the war cease. So, but you know, I'm not here to judge. I don't know what a war even means. And but explosions and violence and people dying and, you know, bodies blown apart and all that stuff, I know it doesn't bother me. And I don't know if every man's the same, but like, if you put me in a war scenario, as long as I wasn't taking life, I'd be totally fine. You know, hopefully with you know, ear silencers in or whatever. You know, scrambling around a battlefield, you know, trying to heal people and stuff. So, and part of what I want, the reason I want to do it is because God has revealed to me in a certain way that I'm invulnerable, right? I believe that, you know, I believe I can get shot and I'm fine. You know, I believe that a lot of things can happen to me all the time and I'm totally fine. And it's mostly because of that principle of te deum, you know, like say, you know, I just think that, you know, in a scenario like that, I have an angel watching over my shoulder. If I wasn't bloodthirsty and going out there for violence and trying to prove myself as like a guru of guerrilla type warfare, then I think that I would get punished for it. But I think that God, out of God's infinite mercy, God would be okay with making me look like a hero, like from that one movie where there was a medic who saved 1 million people's lives in Japan. I think God would be supportive of me trying to paint myself out to look like a hero if I go in and heal a bunch of people and never get shot, never maintain an injury, and really do a good job. And so, you know, I see myself doing that. I would have to discern some more. And then, like, once again, if there's no war, then why would you even go? But you know, a lot of places need a medic, though. Maybe not necessarily a war zone, but I just think a war zone would be really exciting for being a medic. And also, you know, I could pray certain prayers to try and send their spirit off into love or God. And you know, I could ask love, you know, the spirit that is supposed to receive them, to get them into heaven, to get them into Valhalla, you know, the heaven reserved for warriors. I could pray all sorts of prayers over them, and I think it would be just an amazing experience. I certainly don't deserve the honor to be able to watch the young eyes and the flowers of the virgin youth, the fruits of Islam, Judaism, the Ukraine and Russia die in front of me and roll up their eyes. It makes me cry to think about my brothers sending off their spirits to the afterlife. However, although it would be a great honor to do it, and I really don't deserve to be able to ask to do it, I still want to do it and paint myself out to be a hero, kind of. You know what I mean? It's just that I feel like I know I can do it. I feel like I can run around a battlefield and get away with it and really help people. Administer a bunch of fentanyl, administer a bunch of talc powder, and just like, I was even thinking about an invention I had. I might even make an app about it. Yeah, the invention I had is, you know how you can sanctify wounds if somebody gets their leg blown off? You know how you can sanctify wounds using talc powder? Talc? Yeah, it stops the arteries and the veins from shooting out. And so, like, say if somebody gets their leg blown off, if you have a bunch of talc powder and it's all chewed up and stuff, you could just like take a little packet out and throw it on them. And my invention was, you do that with like you get like a little bead or something that has like a zip in it, and it's like an electronic trigger, and then and then you have like a satchel with a whole bunch of them. And then when you come across a body laying on the battlefield, you take the zip out and you deploy it with like a button, and it shoots out all the talc powder that's like at a super high pressure. And it also dispenses a bunch of heroin and fentanyl and just covers up their whole body. So you can just run up to an injured person on the field, and instead of having to administer needles and kits and do a whole bunch of administrative work where you're sitting next to them administering to them, you could instead just throw the sanctification on them with the heroin drugs and then run on to the next person. Because talc powder, the idea for it is that it stops the bleeding. So even if their leg's blown off, if you get enough talc powder on them, you can make it happen. So then you just end up going around the battlefield looking for people laying on the ground, and you're just like pressing little round buttons, just like spewing a whole bunch of baby powder on them and shit. And so I thought that was a really good idea, just to combine it with drugs. And I think that would be super cool. You could even use like little fentanyl drops and like space it out in the talc powder that explodes out. It also covers them up with white, so they maybe won't get shot so much. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of good things that come from it. So, I only have about 30 minutes of recording until I have to rip onto my laptop again. Right now, we are en route to a Mickey D's down the road. This Taco Bell was nice enough to give me a water for free, and the man behind the counter gave me $2. That was very nice. I just went into a Taco Bell to ask for a job, even though I didn't feel like the Lord wanted me to work there. And they said they weren't hiring, even though there was a hiring sign on the front of it. And oh my gosh, that looks like my homie Isaiah has been hiding out from me. He's been hanging out. He's been hanging out with my friend Brandon instead of me. But that's okay. He's free will. It's cool as can be. What's up, brother? Doing good, man? I like saying that to men. Commenting on their appearances. You know, it's actually, to me, more ethical. Something I've thought about a lot, I suppose, but this is a new idea. It's to me more ethical to comment on, as a man, to comment on the appearance of another man than it is to comment on the appearance of a woman. Because to me, you know, commenting on the appearance of a woman makes them feel good, right? I mean, I understand all that. I ain't no blind guy. But to comment on the appearance of a woman, you don't know how she's going to take it. You don't know if she's going to compare herself to her friends if she hears a compliment. You don't know if she's going to take it the wrong way, think you're hitting on her. Maybe she has a husband who gets offended. There's a million reasons why you don't just call a woman pretty. I mean, you can comment on their appearance in such a way. Yeah, you don't want to comment on the scale of somebody's beauty if they're a woman. She's a 10, she's a 9, you're a 7, it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because, first of all, yeah, there's a lot of logical reasons why you don't just say somebody's pretty. Maybe they don't like being called that, first of all. Second of all, yeah, people can take it the wrong way. Second of all, they may be married. And the mystery of a woman, any woman can look like another woman. They can dress up, use makeup. Yeah, even the fat ones can look like skinny people. Women are infinite mystery. And then so for you to comment on their appearance, it's like you're saying she's not married, she's able to date you, and she cares about what you think about how pretty she is. Now, saying a woman has a nice hat, or, you know, you like the way she did her makeup, it looks really nice. Or you can say, you know, I like the way you did. I like your purse there. That's a pretty purse. I like the color purple. That's not really commenting on a woman's appearance by my definition. When I say commenting on a woman's appearance, say, wow, she's really pretty. Oh, she's very pretty. You know, this is what I think about your looks. To me, it's more straight, civilized, classy, and manly. Instead to comment on your brother's appearances, you know? Because we're all building each other up here, you know? And just a little bit of encouragement to the brother, then they can turn around and bless their wives with their encouragement. They can bless themselves and have a good day. There's a lot of really good things that come out of building up your brothers. And so that den of men that sit around and say that they're the manly men, and they know the way with the Rotary clubs and whatever the fuck else kind of businesses they have and all this shit. Sorry, I don't mean to curse on YouTube nonstop. You know, and they sit around and talk about college girls in bikinis and stuff, and you know, comment on their appearance all the time. You know, unless you're married to that woman or she's your daughter or something, I really don't think it's fitting to comment on a woman's appearance ever. But I do actually conversely think that commenting or complimenting an item she has, like her purse, her if it's natural, like if you really like the person's shirt or the sweatshirt or their hairdo that day, you know, that to me actually, even though hairdo is part of an appearance, really ain't, or the color of their eyes. Say that. You know, I really like the color of your eyes. This is an interesting conversation, but you know, oh, your eyes are green. Wow, that's so amazing. Cool. You know, good job there. See, that's not commenting on a woman's appearance to me. Even though you're talking about her eyes. But if you say, oh wow, your eyes are green. You're so beautiful. Wow, you're so pretty. Guess what? You just commented on how beautiful she is, which is really the term I'm trying to talk about. So, you know, I think all men will actually eventually learn this code. It's the code of honorment of women. It's the same code that Jesus really abides by, because he recognizes that he's God, but he uses all his power, honor, and energy really to lift up his mother. And that's part of the Catholic faith, because that's ultimately true. People that are anti-Catholic miss out on motherly love. They get obsessed with the male form of Jesus, and they lose sight of the divine feminine, I think. It's sad. It's really sad. So, I think eventually all men will be Catholic. I know God's Catholic. Yeah. I mean, that's just what's been revealed to me. And I think eventually all men will finally act that way, you know. Eventually all men will just kind of be like, you know, we really prefer not to say, you know, this woman is so beautiful. It's really none of your business. You know, women know exactly how they look, and they take pleasurement in their appearance. The only person that a woman cares about the opinion of how she looks is the man she's with. And she also cares about the way her dad thinks of her too, because a woman basically marries her dad. It's a well-known fact. I mean, daddy, daddy, daddy. No, not with me, little girl. Daddy, 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 I want you. The sexual relationship between male and female. You know, women want a man that's big and strong, just like their dad held them when they were young. A man really wants this equal, I think. And now, I like to, as far as attractiveness goes in relationships, you know, the most attractive female to me, of course, is a married woman on Facebook to me, Jennifer Broker. You all know that very well. And Miley Cyrus reminds me of her all the time. That's why I love Miley so much. And I also like Miley discreetly, you know. I like Miley because I like her music, and I also think she's a very classy lady, and would really never have any interest in me romantically. But I'm under the firm belief that we're friends forever, you know. Yeah. And Crypto Casey too, somehow by the miracle of God. And she married me. Yeah, I would only marry Miley Cyrus if I found out that she was Jennifer Broker. And you know what? I would also only marry Miley Cyrus if I found out she was Jennifer Broker, and if I found out that she was whom I believe to be Saint Michael or Love, this archangel. because I want to be a Catholic priest, and being a Catholic priest means being married to God. So I'm really not interested in the illusions of the flesh. I'm really not interested in acting out a normal life. For a long time, I have been like that. I've always held certain requirements over God ever since I was young about something to do with spirits. And I have always not always in my adult life I've really been searching for spirits and a divine understanding and a research and educated understanding on what that means, what exactly that means, and also the idea of having a spiritual marriage. And so I know through my revelations, basically just what I see on the interior of my mind, that I'm going to heaven with Miley Cyrus. Get behind. Yeah. For example, like I would never marry a single woman besides Jennifer Broker and the valedictorian from Lake Travis. And she's not my equal. She's way superior, and so are all women actually. But almost all women, all true women are actually way superior. But she's the only person I would ever marry. No celebrity. Even if Taylor Swift came along with 39 million Muslim virgins and they were all as beautiful as Dua Lipa or Jennifer Broker and even looked exactly like her, I still wouldn't. First of all, I don't want 39 trillion wives. I only want 2. I really just want 1. But it comes down to 2. And I would reject it. I mean, I can't even imagine, like, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are in accordance to, being different than her. It doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter your status in society. Hell, if the Queen of England asked me to marry her, I'd say no. If Jeff Bezos found me a hot wife, she's a college girl, 22 years old with a fresh PhD, and she's the smartest person in the entire university, and he buys me a warehouse and sets me up with binders and plans and research AI stuff so that I'm set for the rest of my life, and says all you have to do is marry her and you don't even have to take a job, but it's not Jennifer Broker, I wouldn't do it. I might ask for the money, but I'd say leave the girl, screw it, and so, that's really where my heart is, and it actually doesn't bother me too much. I mean, I walk around without a soul, basically, and unhappy in a certain way. But even if Jennifer Broker was married to another man for the rest of her life, which it certainly appears that way, I would be super happy just as long as she is, And that's what I would want for her, just because I just feel like through her acquaintance, the short time that we had together when we were young lasted an eternity, but not long enough. We were so in love when we were kids and just fresh in college and stuff, out of high school. And all I care about, and well, let's say just this first of all, it's been revealed to me that her will is extremely good. Basically, what this person wants is extremely good. And so, I don't want to do anybody else's will, basically, besides their mother or dad. You call him Mr. Broker. He works for AMD. He's a legend. To me, he's a St. Joseph Spirit or Billy Ray Cyrus. Mr. Broker. I've been hanging out with him a lot, actually. So, I am just playing stupid here for a minute, but I have to respect and acknowledge what I consider, it's torture, but, I have to respect and acknowledge what I consider a sacrament, too. If they got married in a Catholic church, and the Bible tells me not to, and plus I'm very perceptive about being creepy or stalkerish, too. If somebody wants me to drop their existence from my mind and heart, it's impossible for me to, first of all I care about is her being happy, I wish a million things for her, But yeah, I'll always walk in the divine light of what her heart wants, or solar plexus, whatever it iterates. I'll always walk in the divine light of the will of Jennifer Broker, and I believe I'm married to it too, because it is love, and I can't live without love. I'm not saying I have to have physical, physical appearance. I think that there's something more than that, you know. I think that there's something, there's a higher truth than just being present in the flesh. You know, for example, I believe a lot of what happens in the interior mind with your eyes closed is ultimately and really real, which is really glorious. A lot of people can't handle their imagination. But and so I have no qualms about it. The only thing I care about is just stepping outside of her will. That's a great way to put it. Talking about creepy or stalkerish. Well, the only way I could come off as that is if I did something outside her will. Does that make sense? Like sit around and talk about her on YouTube forever? Well, I say she's worthy of being talked about on YouTube forever. She's the nicest person I ever met. I've never seen anything quite like it. Like, she got really hurt. Like, she got basically what I did is I attacked her and I crushed her heart, and I tried to like make it so that she would never want to be around anybody ever again. She was so destitute, and I really tried to hurt her feelings. And after I did that to her, the amount of forgiveness that she showed me and how nice she was and patient, it kind of like, it was so holy that, and I realized I wasn't capable of acting like that. And like my whole life, I've been trying to just be capable of being as nice as she was. Oh yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I constantly research it. I mean, I'm like, you know, in my life, people have done, some guy just gave me $2. But I didn't hurt his feelings and treat him like shit and basically annihilate him for an eternity, no. But, you know, after I did that wicked behavior to Jennifer Broker, she turned around and gave me the whole universe, and I'm going to become a Catholic priest, and my life's going to be great. All I had to do was fight for love. And I figured out my own iniquity. I figured out the root of my iniquity. I figured out what was bothering me and the nature of my sin, and I took care of it with a dagger. I don't recommend. Yeah, on this YouTube channel, we do not propagate violence, nor instigate violence towards any demographics. This is a comedy channel where we rap. All demographics will be insulted. It is impossible not to. So, like, even if I say the words guys are stupid, then that insults the demographics of males and females. Why? Because females make guys. So you're suggesting that females make stupid things, and then the guys are stupid. So I just insulted everybody. Alright, you guys. We just peed on the side of the road. Look at that beautiful shot of the moon. Actually, I'd like to zoom in on it. We're at West Saltero Creek. Oh my gosh, it's been on digital zoom the whole time. What on earth, guys? I didn't realize my camera was zoomed. Thanks for being patient though, y'all. Alright, let's walk on to the next section here. I just found a great place for me to sleep tonight. It would be super chill, and I'm feeling great right now. Homeless life is so hard. I thought it was gonna be easy, dude. Yeah, nobody has really influenced my life by showing such mercy as that one valedictorian. So it just like, it was a whole lesson in ethics. Like, I understand what I did wrong, was wrong, and the amount that I could have hurt her feelings really matters. I could have damaged this person for the rest of their life, made them feel like they weren't loved. You know, they had, never missed a single question in all of school, the smartest person in the world, very nice, funny, smart, cool to be around. I could have made her feel like that she wasn't cool to be around, which is horrible. She's like, not life, she is life. She's the life of the party, everybody loves her. Everybody was so upset after I treated her like that, and they never wanted me to talk to me again. She's a horrible, wicked demon. And so, like, it's been a whole life ethics lesson, all on its own. And it's really what's leading me into the priesthood. My heart's consigned for no other woman, really, besides Aaron or Slavin. And those are the only two women I want. Yeah. Faker's mom, all that stuff. I don't want physical interaction, no, with Faker's mom. I just want to be like a monk. I'm a traveling gypsy act right now. How can you rotate over to monk, That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to join the Catholic priesthood, it's true. I want to be a Catholic priest forever. I think it would be great. If they have issues with my tattoos, sometimes they can cover them up. It's easy. God likes my tattoos. I know that. So it would just be a congregational thing. But we care about what God wants, so it'd be interesting to see what happens. But I've been having visions and stuff from going to church so much. Visions of me serving Mass. I've been practicing folding towelettes and stuff to learn how to operate the Mass. Hearing my mom shouting, edges match, whenever I do a priest fold correct. It's like a third fold and then a third fold. So you take a rectangular wash rag and you fold it in thirds, lengthwise, and then you fold it in thirds again, lengthwise again. And then you flip it over and then you just tuck it up or do whatever. And it's really good for camping too, and being homeless actually. Being homeless and doing priest folds all the time is a great way to get into the Catholic priesthood. Yeah, that's all we care about is folding blankets so we can go camping. Let's go. Yeah. So, why do I want to be a Catholic priest? Well, first of all, a Catholic priest is the most dependent on, biggest leadership position in the world. It's bigger than being a president of a whole country. It's a bigger leadership. It's the highest responsibility ask you can have. Really. It's the highest, and so that makes it attractive to me. I've really dealt with jobs and securities most of my life where I really never had much responsibility. My responsibility scope was always kept very low, and even if I had made a mistake, it affected basically no one. And so that's true. And so this, the idea of becoming a Catholic priest is a major shift focused on that. I've barely been in management. Only a couple times I've been in management. And a Catholic priest. So that's one big thing. Number two, I think God wills it. That really should be number one. So let's call that number one. God wills it. Te Deum in Latin. And I also know that I'll be rigorously happy. What's been revealed to me and what's been showed to me, if you think about not doing drugs, drinking, hanging out with family, I'm a eunuch. I'm the perfect guy for it. I can't even rape a kid. I can't even rape a baby. I'm so non-sexual that I don't even rape myself. I don't even masturbate. Isn't that interesting? I mean, it's been forever since I masturbated. I think the last time I masturbated, I was in jail, which was like 8 months ago. It's been like 8 months since I. Is that true, man? I'm trying to think. Well, I think it's basically true. I'm trying to just look. Yeah, I stopped masturbating a long time ago. And so, yeah, if I don't even turn myself on, the probability of, and I understand this is a disgusting thing to talk about, and I'm fit, obviously I would never do it. But the devil does like to attack people and get them to do things that are sickening and disgusting against their will. And they can fall victim to those things at bad hours. And Catholic priests can get caught even if they're holy and sanctified. It's weird. I don't like it. So if that happens to me, guess what? I'm not having sex with anybody. Isn't that awesome? So I think that's another reason. There's a third reason for you. This guy ain't even gonna be touching nobody. He's not gonna be. Well, I'll be flirting with everybody, man and female. Just females. Oh, I'm kidding, just me. But I'm just all of them. But I won't be screwing nothing. And that's like all it takes for you to be able to be trusted as a priest. You can be deceitful, you can be licentious, a drunkard, you can be gluttonous, but you can't be a fornicator. And if you're doing straight sex, or God forbid homosexuality, or God, whole heaven's host forbid, you're doing pedophilia, which is an extension of homosexuality, which is an extension of fornication, then oh my goodness, that's it for you. You're getting defrocked. So, obviously, another reason is because I care about people a lot, and I mostly pray a lot. I've been in 2 prayer seasons right now that lasted a long time, and so if all I'm doing anyway mostly is praying. Had a wonderful performance outside the Walmart today. If most of the time all I'm doing is praying, then maybe he should be a priest,
Wait.